So I'm going to officially introduce who we have on today. We have Shawn Einck, who is the owner of 1212 Home Improvement and Leg, which we will learn about both. But Shawn, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thanks, Melissa. You look very nice today, by
Oh,
the
thank
way.
you.
Yeah. So I'm a transplant from Colorado. Lived in Colorado till I was around 26. Um, in the Aurora, Denver area. I think I've said it before on some virtual events that I don't like to say Aurora too much because it has a negative connotation. But you know, that's my home. Don't get there don't get back there as much as I like to, but my daughter and I, Gemma, she and I went in December. A really interesting timing, right before COVID started to become
Right.
real. So it was really nice. I hadn't been back for 15 years. Nice to just kind of see what has happened in the last 15 years, see some old friends, all that good stuff. I moved when I was 26. Oh, hello? What happened?
There, I got a call. It totally messes you up when you get a call on your phone. I am so sorry.
Oh, no worries. You would
I'm
think with
back.
all the technology. Wow.
It's been giving me trouble today.
Yikes. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
What brought me out so I moved to LA. And what brought me out there, I was doing a lot of acting actually in Colorado at the time. After high school, I I did a lot of kind of regional things. There was a small school in Denver that I did a lot of my acting and training at. And I felt like a big fish in a small pond out there. And the girlfriend I was with at the time said, let's move to LA, let's make the big jump. And I was pretty hesitant at first to do it. And did it for about 2 years, tried the whole acting as a living and business thing. And I'm glad I did it because I learned a lot about the industry, about myself, about how much I didn't want to compromise myself. And hey, if there are any actors listening to this or that are on right now and have been successful, more power to you because boy, does that, I mean, it just takes a thick skin. And I'm looking at the comments now. It's hard on a phone, right?
It is.
Yeah,
And I'm blind, so I
yeah,
do the
right.
same thing. I kind of lean in and read it.
Yeah. Kevin, oh, please, NorCal, but all way beyond Southern Cal. And sorry for any
Why?
Cal people. Ah, man. I mean, both areas have their benefits for sure. The people in Southern California, and I don't mean to generalize by any means, and it was probably due to the industry I was trying to get into and that I was surrounded in. Um, that term plastic kind of is sent or used a lot.
Hmm.
People kind of seemed plasticky. Not to say I didn't make a lot of really great friends or meet a lot of great people, but the genuine ness of people, I think, are just way better. And it's interesting. We were talking about Carmel. My wife was born and raised in San Leandro, so she's a Northern California person all of her life, never lived anywhere else. And while we were in Carmel, we were just looking at the coastline and and my wife just kept saying, you don't see this anywhere else in the world, right? Like Northern California beaches.
Yeah.
And we were talking about LA and how, they have the big long strips of sand and everything. And it was just, she was right. I mean, we looked over this cliff and saw uh, 5 seals down there swimming around. It's just like, it's just beautiful. We saw an otter. It was just great.
Can't
So
beat it.
yeah, you can't beat it. Absolutely. So that's your answer, Kevin.
Well, we're glad to have you in Northern California.
Thanks. I'm so happy to be here for sure.
So what brought, wait, I don't know if we talked about this. What brought you from Southern California to Northern California?
The whipping marks on my back from LA. No,
Okay.
I joke. I joke. Um, so the girlfriend that I was with at the time, she has family up here, and it was actually our original plan to do Northern California, San Francisco, uh,
Oh,
before we even thought about LA. And she actually was the one that pushed me for the whole LA acting thing. Um, Well said, and I agree. Yes, Kevin. Um, and so again, I'm so happy to have done it. I learned so much, but this feels so much like home, and it
Yeah.
is home now. I'm so looking forward. So it was 2001, and I always remember that because of 9/11. I moved in May from LA to, or sorry, from California to, my God, it's been a long day. From Colorado to California, LA, in 2001, in May. Then September, 9/11 happened. Then 2 years, and we were like, no, let's go up to Northern California. So it was 2003. So I'm very much looking forward to saying that I've been in Northern California for 20 years coming up soon.
Getting
So,
close.
yeah, yeah.
So one time in our business referral group, and you guys, Shawn is just this amazing guy to talk to and just kind of get to know. You mentioned that you worked with Coco the gorilla. So can you tell us how you got to do that and what that was like?
And by the way, in your email, you did COCO. It's KOKO.
I am so sorry. It
She's
is.
rolling over in her grave right now because of
I
that.
am so sorry, Coco.
So many people do it. Um, so it's actually a pretty good segue from the acting into the animal health industry that I worked in for 10, 12 years. While I was pursuing acting and training in acting, I started thinking about my fallback. And, a lot of people say don't ever have a fallback or else you'll never succeed. I don't know because I didn't go that route, and I'm very glad that I did that route because I had an amazing career as an animal tech, a vet tech, and I managed 3 different hospitals, and then that kind of brought me to Coco. And really, all it was, I had 3 years of ASL training under my belt, just going to school, and the animal industry, the animal health industry, along with the ASL, brought me to the interview. They were just looking for simple, what they called research, caregiver and research assistants at the Gorilla Foundation, which is actually no longer. And I can't say no longer really because I don't think they've officially dissolved, but Coco passed about 2 years ago, and Ndume was transferred, thank goodness, which is the male silverback that was there. So it was Coco and Ndume who were both there during my time, the 2 years that I was there at the Gorilla Foundation. I worked mainly with Ndume, which I was somewhat glad for. Didn't mean that I didn't get really good Coco time, but if you look into the history and the background of Coco, you'll see her described as she was a spoiled 5-year-old child. If you were to relate her to humans, she was basically a spoiled 5-year-old girl, and she displayed that every once in a while. Yeah. But it was fun. It was fun.
Speaking of little girls, you have a little girl named Gemma. And
Gemma Coco Einck. Yes, that was her middle name.
really?
No, I'm joking.
Hey, you never know. That would have been a good full circle.
I know, right? Well, let's just say for this purpose, yes, her middle name is Coco.
Okay. All right. Tell Gemma Coco hi. She's 6?
She's 6, yes.
And you guys have taken on a summer project of building a treehouse.
Yes.
So what's that been like? How did you guys decide to build one?
So it's been in talks for the last couple of years. We've been in our current home for a little over 3 years now. And as she has gotten older, we've talked about a treehouse. And I think the timing of COVID definitely pushed us forward to making it happen. Remember, I'm the implementer. But actually, I designed this, and it's a clubhouse, by the way. It's
I'm sorry, a clubhouse.
Treehouse, yes. And Gemma gets very bent out of shape if you call it a treehouse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you got the Coco thing and the clubhouse.
Next strike, I'm out.
Oh, you're the best. Come on. And it's somewhat interesting as far as how the design into actually starting to work on it, me being at home after shelter in place, no one wanting to invite people into their home with my day job,
Hmm.
um, which is handyman work and small repair and all that good stuff. I had a lot of good time on my hands, and Gemma was home, and said, "Let's just start off slow. Let's start this thing." So I found a really good place for it. When it was still a tree house, I actually utilized these two trees that were over in the corner. Well, hopefully my neighbor's not watching or will watch this later. He wasn't too happy about how tall I set the platform, the floor
Oh.
of the clubhouse. Um, and so after a little bit of negotiation, uh, we we settled on me lowering the platform, but I still had the overall height um, the same.
Okay.
So that was kind of a win-win for both of us. We weren't able to easily look over into his yard, and I get it. I got it. So, anyways, it was really nice that we didn't have to put too much money actually into this, because some of my projects, actually a big percentage of some of my projects that I do with my clients, at the end of the day, they'll be like, "Hey, we have this extra material. Do you want to just take it?" More than likely, I'll say yes, or I'll swap out a door set or even a door.
Hmm.
Like, do you want the old one? Absolutely. I put it in my truck, and to my wife's unhappiness, we just put it in the garage. So we have to get a shed and put all that stuff in. But I was able to utilize a lot of that hand-me-down materials. And if you look on Facebook and look at the pictures of the progress and everything, the door with the window in it, that was given to me. The lock that I put on it, a lot of that stuff was given to me. So it was really cool to reuse that stuff too, and that's
Yeah.
a really good lesson for Gemma as well, to reduce, reuse, recycle, right?
So is she in there with you with screwdrivers and hammers and doing all of that stuff with you?
At the beginning, yes.
Oh, oh.
Uh, and then I think the COVID boredom set in a little. I tried to pull her out, and as it got hotter, obviously that was more of a
Yeah.
struggle. And yeah, I think she's learning, and I try to still, even if she's not out there with me, I'll I'll turn it into a little bit of a lesson. Like, I'll come inside and say, "Well, hey, check it out. This is what I did," and she's always happy to see the progress. So
Yeah.
we're almost done. I need to seal all of the panels and everything, and then paint, and we're pretty good. So I'm happy.
It's been fun watching the process of you guys. And it reminds me a lot of me and my family because my dad is the same way. He's totally handy, him and my brother. So I was always out there, same thing. They were teaching me how to do things. So a lot of the times if I have house projects, I prefer to do it just because they've taught me how to do all of it. But
Love
it's a good to for everyone to learn those type of things.
it is, and that's what we're doing with the leg. I know you were tickling at a segue there.
I am. So tell us what leg is.
So leg stands for Life Skills Empowerment Group. I started developing it last summer, and with ebbs and flows and ups and downs, we are actually teaching students now. And what we are doing, myself and my amazing team, which I will talk about in a little bit, and most everybody on here probably knows everybody, because 98% of them are involved in the chamber. Um, it started off as a very, very small idea of, with my business, giving back to the community and educating students, mainly high school students, maybe middle school, and we're toying with that idea right now, um, of everyday life skills, and uh, somewhat focusing on trades, like the trade skills, like home maintenance, automobile maintenance, a lot of things, personal finance, a lot of things that were part of the curriculum maybe 10, 20 years ago, that have been replaced by technology typing, coding,
Right.
things like that. And the more and more that I started developing it and talking to more and more people, the more I realized um, how my small little idea could branch and blossom into actually what it has been. And we were on a track. We were on a track to go. Initially, it was developed that we would go into the actual high school and do a rotation of 6 of our topics. So I already named a few: the automobile maintenance, home maintenance, personal finance, professional etiquette, time management and organization, and cooking. And we would have no more than 30 students at a time in each rotation. And we would take 5 to 6 hours and rotate them through 40-minute rotations so that everybody could learn all the topics.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I was scared that some of the administration would be like, we don't want to take a whole day to do that. We don't have the time. We don't have the resources, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, hey, we're not charging you anything. This is completely free. All of my team members, my educators, are doing this voluntarily. And without batting an eyelash, they said 5 to 6 hours doing this type of work. Absolutely, you can do it. And I was just blown away. I really was.
That's awesome.
And the administration at Mount Diablo Unified School District, who I've mainly worked with so far, have been incredible. And actually, as of a couple of days ago, Anna Ramos, who works with the Mount Diablo Unified School District, she's a board member now. So,
oh, yay. We love Anna.
I am over the moon excited about that. So yeah, it started very small, but now we're at a really good point, and I was really scared. I didn't know what was going to happen when COVID hit. Being that we started this going into the schools, nobody's going into the schools right now.
Right.
We shouldn't until the numbers start going down dramatically. And really, it was my team. It was my educators, my team that said, Shawn, we could do this online. And I'm going, oh, how are we going to do this online? Are you kidding me? Diane Covington, Tamara, Pam, Lee, Susan, Bareilles, they just held me up, pushed me forward. And I owe a lot to them for keeping it going. So
they're all very strong people.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you mentioned you have 6 areas to learn. How did you settle on those 6 sets?
So really, I wish there was more of a more technological system that I put together. But honestly, I did a lot of Googling, and I said, okay, what are people looking for, and what are people saying that, you like my ear?
I love it.
What are people saying that high school kids leave, graduated or not, and don't have specific skills? And I did a percentage of what I found, and that's what I found, these 6 topics. Now, does that mean that we're not going to add more? Because so many people have reached out to me with great ideas. I really see adding a few more. And honestly, we might put cooking on the back burner, no pun intended, for the time being. But we'll see. We'll see. Also in that, even with the personal finance, I had to really look and approach what the districts were doing and offering. A lot of people came to me saying, you really should implement professional job interviewing, things like that. But the schools are somewhat already doing that. So I didn't want to do double time. I wanted to offer something a little bit unique and something that the students aren't going to be like, we just learned this last week in class, or in an academy. And so
why am I learning this again?
Exactly.
Yeah. How did you, you mentioned you work with some of the chamber members. How did you decide to partner with them, or how did you choose each of those people to help you?
So I loved this question when you added it in the email, because I didn't choose them. They chose me, honestly. And I have to really give credit to the chamber. Leg wouldn't be leg if it wasn't for the chamber, because really in the BRG, I just told people about my idea, said, listen, I don't have the bandwidth or the resources to pay you, but if you want to volunteer your time, please contact me. And luckily, the people who contacted me, who I listed, and actually I need to list Karen Pierce as well. She's going to be a part of us as well.
Oh, cool.
Very soon, yes. They reached out and expressed interest, and thankfully, I mean, I'm so thankful for them and their interest.
This was definitely a testament of seeing how the chamber can help these things flourish. And it always feels good to me to see you guys doing things like this. Like, it was so cool when you first brought it to us and you were talking about it, and then you talked to the BRG, and then, like you said, everyone said, yeah, like, I want to do something with this. How can we help? And it was really fun to see the process of how you guys got to be where you are today.
That's nice to hear it from another viewpoint, It really
Absolutely.
is. Yeah. And I know we did have some early on meetings at the chamber when we could be in there. I miss being in there and seeing everybody.
I'm hoping soon.
Drinking your coffee.
William's very, very strong coffee.
Yeah, that got me through the morning.
So how many schools were you in / are you in now?
So as you can imagine, there was, and this somewhat shocked me, not really, but I guess I didn't think that there was going to be so much kind of red tape, if you will. I was learning along the way of how to build this thing and what was required for us to actually do it. So like I said, Mount Diablo Unified School District helped me along the way as far as what insurance is needed, writing up a proposal to put across to certain committees to even approve us going into the schools. So first we wanted to really see who was interested, and we got interest from Ignacio Valley High School, Olympic, and one more. I think they were waiting to see kind of us start and see what we had to offer and how we were actually going to do this.
Sure.
But now that we're online, we really can reach anybody. And I said it in the Pioneer article, if anybody read that, which, thank you, Tamara, that was really a great article. Any English-speaking state, country, we can go into it. And so with COVID, it was kind of a curse and a blessing, right?
Right.
So with us having these online developed classes, it's going to be interesting, and it'll be great to see how much more we can reach out and go into different districts. I've been sending emails all the way down to LA County.
Wow.
I'll get 500 emails already just to see who might be interested. So yeah, it's been fun. Like, I'll just be, my wife and I'll be watching TV at night, and I'll be sending emails, and I'll be like, I'll look over at her and say, I just sent an email to Compton High School. That's so cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I know COVID has definitely pushed all of us into some new technologies. So how are you administering the classes? Are you setting up Zoom calls, like certain times of the day, and how are the students receptive to that?
So I did my research on what was available as far as the online platforms and those type of things. I chose Zoom because at the time, and I know it's probably changed because a lot of these Google Meets and everything are kind of copying what other people are doing and all that. At the time, Zoom was the only one that had the whiteboard capability, and I really wanted that. Early on, making this into an online teaching environment, I really wanted to be separate from any other online class. We didn't want to just lecture. We wanted it to be practical and interactive, right? So that whiteboard capability was really important. So as far as we did the summer interns with the Mount Diablo Unified School District over the summer. We did Zoom, and they had about 30 to 35 students, and we did 3 of our classes. And the response was great. The response was really, really great. And obviously we learned a lot of what we can and cannot do,
Right.
what we should and shouldn't do. And we surveyed them, and a lot of really, really great and positive feedback. As far as our intensive that we're offering this week, Zoom again, obviously, and we're going to keep using Zoom until the next best free-ish thing comes along.
Right.
Um, I put it on Eventbrite because we wanted to charge actually for this, because it wasn't associated with a school district or a school. We opened it up to everybody. So we used Eventbrite and charged $30 for the entire week. So all 5 classes just for $30.
Wow.
And I'm not pushing that now because registration's closed, but whatever. And today's session went really, really smooth. And just like the one that we did with the summer interns, some really good interaction, the capabilities of having the chat and unmuting them in order to get the response or something. We do a quiz time, and we actually give away prizes. One of our prizes now, we're really excited that we partnered with a life skills author named Catherine Newman. She has this really cool book called How to Be a Person, 65 something life skills that'll get you through the day or something like that. So we're
Very
giving that
cool.
away. Yeah, they're a sponsor of ours now, so they gave us a supply of their book, and we're giving that away as a prize, which is, yeah, it's really cool. Really cool.
Wow. Now you have sponsors. You're making it big.
Trying. We're trying. Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about what the intensive is? Is it like an all-day thing or one class per day?
It's 1 class per day. So we're doing every topic except for cooking. And it's 4 to 5 every afternoon. So today was mine. Tomorrow is personal finance with Pam Bear. Wednesday is professional etiquette with Susan Bareilles. Thursday is time management and organization with Diane Covington. And who people may not know is Lee Klinghofer, who I met through a chamber person, who does our automobile maintenance, and he'll do it on Friday to cap off our whole week.
So what did you teach today?
Well, it's interesting. This is my new configuration as far as teaching and stuff. I've got all these screens and stuff. So P-trap, how to get things out of the drain if you send like a ring down the drain or something, right? Tools that you may use. GFCI, how to troubleshoot and repair if you don't have power, go into your GFCI outlets. This is for your garbage disposal if you get a clog in there. Not many people know that. Electrical, just some fun electrical things. I'm not going to give it away for free, Melissa.
You know, I think there's things that I should probably still be learning from you guys.
Take the class. I'll give you the links.
I might have to. It's funny, you know, everything that you've been saying that you're teaching everyone, I 100% agree with. I don't necessarily felt I learned those things in school. I was the kid taking the AP classes, so I was focusing on those. So some of those life skills and like the personal finance, I don't feel like I got and I kind of missed out on. So I think this is a huge deal that you guys are trying to get these students prepared for life, real life.
I hope so. It's exciting. And you know, we're not the only team in the game, or however you say that. The idea of this adulting kind of started in I want to say it was Missouri or something, somewhere on the other side of the states, and other people are doing it. This life skills training, which is awesome and amazing. Not too many people are doing it in California, which obviously benefits us.
Right.
There is this other aspect of leg that has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat that I'm trying to harness and bring into our mission, which is this acceptance of not every high school student has that 4-year college track after graduating or not graduating, right? And that they can absolutely have a wonderful career being a plumber and making
Absolutely.
really big money. And also, those type of trade skills and trade skills positions, there's a shortage of right now in our nation. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how to talk about that during our classes
Yeah.
and whatever. Yeah.
And for those who don't know, the chamber is highly involved with the education sector in general in Concord. And that's definitely something that we're trying to shift towards now too, is there's not just a 4-year track that you have to do, that, you know, sometimes the 2-year track can be better for you. And you don't have to go through the 4 years, but learning these skills can definitely land you a job that you'll be set for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we don't want to go into these classes, you know, first off, assuming that these students don't know some of the things that we're teaching them or all of the things that we're teaching them. And we really do a disclaimer at the beginning saying, look, we're just here to enhance your existing knowledge of things. You may learn, this all might be something new. You may learn a few different things. But it's just about kind of supplementing what you're already learning, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, my daughter threw me off a little bit on that.
That's okay. Gemma Coco. She just walked in the room.
Gemma Coco. I'm gonna call her. Ooh.
So what's next for Leg?
Wow. So after our intensive this week, I'm gonna be having a lot more meetings with school administration. The timing of things right now, with school starting and at least us here in California doing 100% distance learning, it's somewhat beneficial to what we're doing, but also there's so much, all you parents out there know, there's so much that we don't know what's going to happen, that somewhat translates to what we're doing as well. But I'm just reaching out to get the word out that we're here, that we have this available. Now we have online classes. Once we're feeling good about having us back in the school or in the school, we never actually went into the school yet, which also did a little weird thing in my mind. Like, we didn't actually start the way we were supposed to start. Thank you, COVID. So really just getting the word out. And you guys at the chamber, thank you so much for supporting that and spreading the word and doing things like this. It's just been amazing. So keep watching Facebook and go onto our website if you have questions or want to see more about it, please.
Yeah, and everyone, like Shawn had mentioned earlier, Tamara with the Pioneer wrote a great article about the program. So we shared it. It's on the Pioneer website. It might be
on the Lake website.
It's on the Leg website. So be sure to go read it. It's a good one. And then, like you said, go onto the website and learn a little bit more. What is your website?
The website for Leg is L-skills, so skills-eg.com.
Perfect. All right, everyone. Be sure to go on it.
Awesome. Thank you.
In conjunction with the learning and distance learning, how has it been like having a daughter at home? Well, it's been summertime, but what's that been like for you too, juggling this organization, and then you do have 12-12 home improvement as well, and then having a daughter at home, and what's that been like?
I'm definitely turning more gray these days, even though my hair is very short. My wife has a very demanding job, very demanding position, so she's up in the office a good 12 to 14 hours a day. So that makes me daddy teacher as well. So finding time to do my 12-12 jobs, now that people are accepting, you know, people coming into their homes and whatnot more and more, I'll be doing some weekend things when my wife is not working. And, you know, I'm daddy teacher during the week and doing Leg, which frees up some things, you know, while she's going to be doing her first grade things. You know, kindergarten was a whole different world.
Yeah.
Now that first grade's coming in, we'll have to see what the requirements as far as hours and all that good stuff is.
Hey,
I love it. I love doing it with her, and she's such a great kid and very smart too, of course.
All the parents out there that right now are working and juggling kids at home in school, and, you know, school starting back up, I have to give it to you. It's hard, especially they teach things so differently nowadays that, everything we learned is different than what even the next year was learning.
I don't even want to see what they're doing with math these days.
No.
Yeah, math is math. Like the Incredibles guy, Mr. Incredible. Like math is math. Why did they have to change math?
I know. I saw this thing the other day and it was like drawing lines this way and then this way and then marking how many dots. And I'm like, your kids are making this way too complicated.
And I'm seeing Don. Don's like, hey, Don, by the way. Don. Okay, so now that I see Don's thumbs up right there. Sorry, Don. It's hard to see these little things. So Don actually founded this with me at the way beginning. Don Rollins, FH Educators. And then he had other opportunities that he took on. And I just saw, Don, you just got a degree in something, sort of certification. So kudos. Yeah, so now that I see you here, I definitely want to give you kudos. But I forget, I digress. What were we talking about? Oh, teaching and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, math. Yeah.
Math, yeah. That's a whole other story. How did so you originally joined the chamber with 1212 Home Improvement. How did you learn about the chamber and decide to join?
I didn't necessarily hear from many people. When I decided to start 1212, we were fairly new to the East Bay. We are not East Bay, sorry. We lived in San Leandro for about 8 years, and we had just moved to Concord. So we came across the tunnel, and that's when I started my business. And I just reached out. I knew I had always wanted to be a part of a chamber, and this is the first chamber that I've ever been a part of. And the more and more events that I went to, and in fact, I met Don at the Mega Mixer. And that's how we started talking about the whole adulting thing and all that good stuff. It really opened my eyes to how, and I know you've heard it over and over again, and I'll say it over and over again, just really how special and unique your chamber is. And so whatever you guys are doing, I mean, clone yourselves or whatever, keep doing it. I was really happy to have my first experience with you guys, and I haven't felt like that I've needed to go and join any other chambers at all, because you guys do it all.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, plus it helps too. We do collaborate a lot with other chambers, so there's opportunities to meet other people as well. So, we have chambers all around us, so we have to collaborate, and it's an opportunity then for our members to get out there and meet other people too. And you never know, you might get into another district because of someone you might meet at another chamber, Martinez, wherever it may be.
Definitely. And, I hope you guys get the credit, and I hear this too, for continuing to do things like this virtually and the events online. I mean, I know we all miss seeing each other and eating all the good food and all that stuff, but hey, we're safe, we're alive, we're doing what we need to do. So.
And thank God for technology, because it's allowing us to do things like this, that you're in the comfort of your home. I am in the office today, but from anywhere we can all connect, which is really cool too.
Super cool. I mean, I know we take it for granted, but yeah.
You're kind of a techie though. I remember once upon a time you had this business card that you could scan.
Yeah. And since that time, I've seen like a few different variations of that. So yeah, Blue Social. It's really cool. When I was starting Leg, I didn't have the money to purchase printed cards. Obviously I had printed cards for 1212. I didn't want to spend the money for that. So I saw this ad, I think on Facebook, for this electronic, it's like an RF business card. And what you do is you just tap it to your, we're on my phone, Jesus. You tap it to the phone and all the information comes up, and you change it on the website and all that cool stuff. It's really cool. And now with people not wanting to touch things, all you do is you just bring up the QR code and they just take a picture of it, and then you have it. I did it twice in the last 2 weeks with clients I've been doing projects with, just talking about Leg, and I'm like, hey, you have your phone, and they just boop, and then they have all the information, website, email address, all that good stuff.
So you're still using it?
Totally.
It's funny. Amanda and I were actually talking about that probably a week or two ago. She was like, do you remember Shawn's little card? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I do. Because we're also trying to figure out, you know, a lot of what we do is business card passing. Well, with COVID, that's not going to happen as much, but how can we implement something like that where it's even that I can just text you my business card or email you my business card. So whatever there, I know there's technology out there, but trying to figure out what the best would be for us to then be like, hey, Shawn, I know you want to talk to Pam, for example. Here's her information.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about Blue Social, but yeah,
Something's out there.
there's gotta be a way. But yeah, and if they haven't, maybe I need to switch. We'll see. But I love it. I think it's cool, and I think it's the way of the future for sure.
I agree.
Now with COVID, obviously. Yeah.
Well, if you guys have any questions for Shawn, go ahead and put it in the comment section before we head out. But I I want to thank you for joining us today and taking time, especially after your intensive. We usually do our lives at 5, and Shawn was like, "Can we do it at 5:30? Because I'll be ending right at 5." I'm like, "Absolutely."
Thank you for making the exception. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
of course. It's really, like I said earlier, it's fun to see things flourishing just from networking and talking and sharing ideas. And that's what we're all about, you guys. If you have any questions about how we can help you, if you have an idea and you need to talk it through, Shawn is a good one to talk things through with. But come to us and we'll try to make things happen for you. Last week we had on Johanna, who her idea started, and she went through our Young Professionals Leadership Program, and now she has her own business. So we're always here to help our businesses here in Concord.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the support for both my businesses.
Of course, anytime.
Thanks for everybody who joined.
All right, everyone. Oh, we do have one. What is your favorite handyman job to do? Your wheelhouse.
Oh man, I really enjoy working with wood, and in the winter times you can imagine rain, wind, things like that. A lot of fences. I love doing fences. I always say fences when I get this question asked, and I like doing woodwork. I do wood turning and stuff in my garage. So anything that has to do with wood, building decks, things like that. Thanks for the question.
I actually remember bringing you up at I think it was actually a Monday Margarita, probably at the beginning of all of this. Kevin Hennessy was saying that he tore out his deck, and I remember saying, "You need to call Shawn. He can help you with that."
Thanks.
Now we know.
I don't know if he did. I don't think he did, but hey.
I don't know. Who even knows if it's done? I need to ask him for an update.
Yeah, hello. You're
And
out
if
there?
not, he needs to call you for sure. It's been a few months.
Yeah, exactly. We're back in business, baby.
All right. If there's no other questions, we're going to let Shawn go. I'm sure his family's waiting for him. Gemma Coco's probably waiting to go to go have some fun with her dad.
Now, her name has changed.
Thanks to the Concord Chamber.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We will see you soon. Shawn, thank you again. We appreciate you and everything you guys do. Definitely visit his website, guys. If you have any questions about what he does, you can reach out to him. Kevin is also asking another question. Do you do overhangs?
You mean like awnings, stuff like that? Text me, Kevin. We'll talk.
Sounds like he might have some projects for you.
Yeah, awesome. Great job. Oh, okay. He bowed out. Great job.
Text him.
Thank you, Melissa. You guys are great.
All right, Shawn. Good luck with the rest of your week. We want to hear an update on how it goes.
Thank you. I will.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.